Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm not even trolling. Sushi Battleships is going to be an actual archetype, I guess. Like, this is just hilarious. Plus, on top of that, we got some new Gizmeks, as there are actually a lot of great support coming out for them. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So, Gizmeks and Sushis. I'm not sure if they're going to be mixed in over here, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started. It says the Gizmeks names are pretty imaginative compared to the Japanese name. Okay, so I was just checking to see if they were related. I don't know if Gizmeks plus the Sushis are going to be like part of like the same archetype. But anyways, let's kick it off with the first card, the Gizmek Inaba over here. So here is the picture of this card, and it's a wind machine level 1 with 50 attack and 50 defense points, which is going to make math very difficult. But anyways, it says that you can only use this card's name's second effect once per turn. The first part, it says when this card is normal summon, you get to special summon one machine monster from your hand whose attack equals its own defense in defense position. Okay. And the second part of it says you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a machine monster you control whose attack equals its own defense. For the rest of the turn, you cannot declare attacks except for with that monster. Also, its attack/defense become the total original attack of all machine monsters you currently control whose attack equals their own defense. This could be pretty interesting, especially since limiter doesn't have to say original attack. Like, you can get insane amounts of numbers. So if anyone's interested in one-shot OTKs, you'll definitely be able to do it with that. Next up though, we have the Gizmek Naganaki. It is a light machine effect, level 2 with 950 attack and 950 defense points. Gosh, these numbers are going to be such a nightmare to calculate if you're not playing like online with the calculator. Anyways, it says that you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect is you can attribute one machine monster whose attack equals its own defense. Just special summon one machine monster from your deck whose attack equals its own defense, but with a lower level than the attributed monster. The second part is you get to banish this card from your graveyard to add one of your face-down banished machine monsters whose attack equals its own defense. This is actually huge because it's face-down. A lot of cards don't work with face-down banished cards, so again, this could open up the doors for more potential here. Next up though, we have the Gizmek Taniguku, which is a Earth Machine effect, level 3, 1450 attack and 1450 defense points. And it says you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect is, if this card is normal or special summon, you get to place one machine monster from your deck whose attack equals its own defense on the top of your deck. The second part is you get to banish this card from your graveyard, then target a machine monster in your graveyard whose attack equals its own defense and special summon it in defense position. At least it doesn't negate the effect of it. That's kind of nice, but it's going to be harder to play aggressive with it. Nonetheless, interesting card. Next up, we have the Gizmek Ibuki, which is a water machine effect, level 4, 1850 attack, 1850 defense points. And it says you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect is if you control a machine monster whose attack equals its own defense, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second part of it says you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a machine monster you control whose attack equals its own defense. Send a machine monster whose attack equals its own defense, but with a lower level than that target from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, that target gains attack and defense equal to the sent monster times 100. Okay, so like there's a huge amount of stat boosting again potentially with this times 100. Okay, interesting stuff, but let's see what else they are getting, because at the moment, like before these cards came out, I don't think you could really play Gizmeks as an archetype. There's just simply not enough cards, but now we can finally do it, and we've also got a field spell support card called the Gizmek Legend Kamitsukawa Shime no Kike field spell. Okay, anyways, you can only use this card's name's first effect once per turn. The first part of it says, during your main phase, you get to activate the top 3 cards of your deck. And if you do, add one excavated machine monster whose attack equals its own defense to your hand. Also banish the rest face down. The second part is, each time machine monster whose attack equals its own defense is normal or special summon, place one counter on this card. The third effect is monsters on the field whose attack does not equal its own defense cannot activate their effects while this card has 10 or more counters. Okay. So the whole goal, throw on 10 counters, and then that really limits a lot of decks. So like they actually have a good like stun mechanic to them. And I'm wondering if other archetypes can make a use with this. And I'm also wondering, what is the official ruling with Lynx since they have no defense? What does that mean? Does that mean all Link monsters just are irrelevant, or does that make it so they're immune to this? Someone comment down below, because I actually don't know what happens, because yeah, they just don't have any defense. what because this could be really good for like link decks. Just if links are immune to this, you just play this in everything and then it just negates. It's like a floodgate at that point, right? That is insane. But again, it depends on like, because you're still gonna have to get that 10 counters on. But again, it depends if links count attack only, and I guess it doesn't have defense. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go continue on, and I want to see the new Reich battleship sushis. Like this is such a meme thing. All right, for whatever reason they decided fire. Like at least make it water. Okay, anyways, fire, aqua, normal. At least if they called it the spicy tuna, they could have made it fire, and that would have been amazing. But it's level 4, 2000 attack. This is a vanilla. It has no effect. I'm not gonna bother reading the flavor text. I just want the effects of the battle sushis. All right, next up though, we got the Suship. Oh, they're called Suships. Okay. Fire Aqua effect, level 4, 200 attack, 300 defense points, and it says you can only special summon the way of this card's name first effect once per turn. You can only use this card's name second effects once per turn. The first effect is if you control a Rice Suship, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second part is during your main phase, you can activate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 excavated Rice Suship. Also shuffle the rest back into the deck. Okay, this is already a pretty insane effect. Because it's add your hand or special summon. There's no limits on like, it has to be under attack or, certain stats, right? That's pretty good. Doesn't like negate the effects either. And then next up we have this is one of their boss monsters, the Dreadnought Suship Row Class First Wardish, and it's a fire aqua? What? What? They're all fire aquas. Okay. Fire aqua exceeds effect rank 4, 2200 attack, 300 defense points, 2 level 4 monsters, and it says that you can only use this card's name first effect once per turn. The first part of the effect is if this card is exceed summon, you can apply these effects based on the monsters used as material. If it's one Rice Suship, you get to draw a card. If it's a Row Suship, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase. The second part of it says once per turn, when your Suship monster special summon from the extra inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you get to target 1 card they control and destroy it. 2200 is kind of low, but I mean, at least it can get rid of the back row, maybe their field spell or something, but realistically, a little bit underwhelming. Let's see if the other support makes up for what they have currently. Next up, we have the Suship Galley Kaisen, which is their field spell that says once per turn, if you normal summon or special summon a Suship monster or monsters, even during the damage step, you can place a Suship card from your deck on top of your deck. So one Suship card from your deck on top of the deck, and then once per turn, as a second effect, if your Suship monster or monster special summoned from the extract is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, your opponent must pay life points equal to its defense. Then you get to special summon 1 Suship from your hand, and if you do it immediately after this effect resolves, exceed summon 1 Suship exceed monster using that monster as material. Okay, what was their defense? Like 300? 300? Are they all like terrible? 300? And the other one was 0. Okay, that's kind of like what I would consider mediocre, but maybe some other support will make it a lot more viable, because it's like troll at this point. Okay, next up we have the Suship Roll Specials, which is a normal trap card that says when you activate this card, you can also reveal a Rice Suship in your hand. First part says reveal 3 Suship monsters from your deck. Your opponent picks 1 for you to add to your hand. Also shuffle the rest back into the deck. Wait, it doesn't even say different ones. Revealed, yeah, it's just 3. You can just reveal 3 of the same ones, right? Okay, anyways, if you reveal a Rice Suship when you activate this card, you choose instead. The second part is if this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish this card, then target 3 Suship monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and draw a card. I mean, this card's like okay. Like, I think this is like one of their best cards, but at the moment, the Sushi battleships, I gotta say, they're meme. I don't even understand what the point of releasing them in this state is, but at least we'll probably get more support. But I don't know if is this original attack? Where is it? I'm guessing since it has to be sent to the graveyard, it will always count as original attack. I was just thinking some troll way to make that have insane defense and then just make it go away, and then your opponent just burns himself to death. I don't get them, but they're funny though, and that's probably what's gonna have a lot of hype with it. I just think it's just a cool idea. Now the Gizmeks are obviously going to be a lot more viable to actually play, because like I said, you really couldn't play them. But anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on them down below. If there's any cool crazy combos, we'd love to see any gameplay once they come out on ADO Pro. If you guys want to send me in that stuff, feel free to go do so over at azneyesreplays@gmail.com. But if you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe. Turn on that bell if you want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards and gameplay, of course. I want to play the Sushi Battleships. Is it going to be good? Questionable, that is for sure. But I think that they're just going to be one of those fun archetypes at the end of the day. But anyways, catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. I'm out. Peace.